And tonight I'm going to take a look at another beer. Imagine that. Anyway, I'm going to take a look at this one from Fatheads. This is going to be actually from up in Ohio. Fatheads Brewing is going to be a look at their hop JuJu. So if you saw the unboxing video recently, I had just picked this one up. And this was actually requested by Brian Turner Jr., who watches the videos here on the channel. What is Dialer also talked about it, 29 Atmo and Tsunami Yan 36 also. So a popular beer, pretty well known throughout the Ohio region and in neighboring states too. It is one that's actually sought after. When I did the upload, I talked about the awards they'd actually won, which you can also see there on the screen. As mentioned, on the can it makes mention of 2013, 2015, and 2016 medals from the Great American Beer Fest. They won gold in 2013 and 2015, bronze in 2016, gold award back in 2016 as well at the World Beer Cup. Not that the beer has fallen off or anything like that, but you know what? The craft beer world has been catching up, so I'm sure they had some heavy competition that has risen over the years. On the can, it makes mention this supernatural brew possesses a powerhouse of hops, creating aromas of citrus, pine, and tropical fruits with a juicy, resiny hop finish. Witchcraft, maybe just a hit, it says. So, looking forward to finally checking this one out. It has a date on the can as well. This one was actually canned on 2/3/20 and at 13:23, which would be 1:23 in the afternoon. So, pretty fresh. Obviously, actually just 2 weeks out. So, really fresh, I should say. And should be a nice one to see how this goes down. Outside of that, nothing else really made on the can. 9% ABV, also 100 IBU. Here is a look at the can as well. Get it to zoom in there. So there's your hop JuJu. And I mentioned the high IBU, and when you mention that, sometimes people will say, the big bitterness that's going to take place. And I expect to get some bitterness here in the can, of course, but as we all know, when they actually raise these ABVs on these type of beers, they also increase the malt basis to get the alcohol up. So sometimes that can bring down the bitterness. But let's see how this one actually tastes. Nice cracking of the can here. Get this poured right on in. And this is my last day of the 3-day weekend. So back to the grind tomorrow at the office, so to speak. And there we have it right there in the can. I'm just going to set it to the side with this camera anyway. I don't think you're going to see it if I put it in the background. But look at that. Some nice clarity on the beer. We're not dealing with one of the ones that are kind of hazy. This is definitely kind of putting it back to the old school way you would do like an Imperial. You've got a nice copper color to it. You've got a nice head on it that sits about 2 fingers. So that'll open up some of the aromas nicely. It sits kind of eggshell white, just off-white in color. Do pick up some of the carbonation bubbles in place. Baby is fresh. So right off the nose, that's kind of labeled on the can. I get a resiny feel. I get a dank feel coming off. You definitely pick up that pininess. You're getting the citrus notes that are also in play. Really fresh. I mean, the hops are really coming out of the glass nicely. Again, 2 weeks canned. Should have that nice pop to it, and that's exactly what I'm getting here. Digging that aroma coming out there. Has a little bit of that mustiness as well, which again, when you're talking about that along the lines of beer and IPAs, so kind of that expected type feel, although outside of beer, mustiness isn't usually a good thing, but somehow we make it work in the beer world. But it has all that stuff happening taste-wise. Oh, you do get the bitterness on the feel of the beer, but wow, it's got a nice smooth body to it. It's got a nice overall feel. You pick up the maltiness. It's got a good balance between that and the hops. I am getting the resiny feel in the mouth from the hops as well. I'm getting a feel of grapefruit, some orange, tangerine. It really sticks to the roof of the mouth. It's got an astringency with it. A nice break from that initial to the finish when it goes down. Leaves the after effect a little bit of the flavor there as well. A little bit of a syrupy feel in the texture. That does come into play, but very subdued. Not really picking up any booziness here. Overall, as an Imperial IPA, this one definitely delivers very nicely. You feel that prickle in the tongue there from the carbonation. Up front, that citrus, you get that orange up front before you get hit with the grapefruit kind of afterwards. A little bit of a stickiness there that's also left in the mouth. And again, that astringency gives you a little bit of that pucker sensation with it. What's going on, Throttle? Cheers, my man. What is happening up there north of the border? Just kind of doing a quick little review here live with the Fatheads Hop JuJu, which is one of our Imperial India Pale Ales out of Ohio that just came out a couple weeks ago. Trying to get it in there for you on the camera, but the camera does not want to zoom right now. There we go. And so this one is a 9% Imperial, and it's as good as they come. I mean, it's looked after by a lot of people that want to pick this one up. I need to get sunglasses to watch this channel. they they look for this one to come out. It comes out once a year, which is actually well, I said it 2 weeks ago. I got this. This one was canned, so I guess you can say early February, and they go pretty quickly. I think. I mean, now I got it when I went to Jungle Gyms this last weekend. They had a few of them there, and I would expect it'll probably go through the next couple of weeks, and I'll probably be out of it. And it's kind of looked at just as much as like Hop Slam from Bell's when that comes out. So people do try to find it when they can. Some people come over from other states to actually pick it up as well here in Ohio. But it's definitely a nice one. It's one I've wanted to try for a while. After hearing about it, I usually miss it. I actually met one of the Fathead guys at one of the beer events, and he emailed me back in December to let me know February would be when it was out and everything. So I was able to go ahead and grab it this past weekend. Price wise, not even a bad price. It was a 4-pack for $11.99. And again, this is one that if you look on Untappd, people usually have it about 4.4 for their ratings on the average or overall. Depending who's rating it, some people like my friends in that friends group is like around 4.2, I believe. But it gets high ratings, and I don't know if that's more of the hype or people really enjoy it. I'm thinking people do really enjoy it, and it does deliver nicely as an Imperial Pale Ale. India Pale Ale. But yeah, like I said, a little bit of that syrupy type feel, medicine-y type feel that I get with some of these, and that just happens to come along. It's just the way the flavors break down to me from the citrus action, I guess, from the hops that are used in these India pale ales when they're kind of amped up. I always feel like I get a little bit of a medicine type kick, and I just, your mind always associates the things you've tasted in the past, and that's what comes to mind a little bit. But that being said, it's an acquired taste, I guess, in some way, and so I'm okay with it. I kind of expect it, and nothing wrong with it. A decent beer from Fatheads, and Throttle said it is minus 20 Celsius where he's at, so definitely a little cold up there. We were actually Fahrenheit here. We were mid 50s today after being down in the 30s a couple days ago. So our weather's changing, but it's supposed to drop tomorrow down, I think, into the 30s again. So all this weather up and down, people getting sick left and right, which is great. That I get to work from home most of the time because I'm not around a lot of people, so that lowers my chances of catching something. So if you guys are out there, be careful. All these bugs being passed around, whether it's the flu, the coronavirus, whatever it may be, I feel like sooner or later everybody's going to have one of those little masks on their face with all the sneezing and coughing that's taking place. But if you get a chance, if you get this one, check it out. Let me know what you think of it. If you've had it before, let me know what you think of it by leaving a comment below in the section. And then other people can see your thoughts on it as well. What is going on, Beer Man? Cheers, my brother. What is happening out there in Oregon, or Oregonia, as we can say. So, hopefully you're having a great Monday. This is my last day, I was just saying, of my 3-day weekend, so back to work tomorrow. And this is one you may not have before, Beer Man. This is the from Fathead's Brewing. It is their hop JuJu. It is their Imperial India Pale Ale. So this one comes in at 9% ABV and very solid as a double or Imperial India Pale Ale. Yeah, minus 4 degrees Fahrenheit. Nobody should be out in that weather for sure. What's going on, Nave? Cheers, my friend. And those bugs do travel through the internet. LOL. Yeah. That would be bad if they did, right? Oh yeah, they all the people. I just keep hearing about all these people getting sick and seeing people sick online and being run down, and I gotta feel like the weather is kind of playing into that a little bit, and people are catching it from each other out there. So it's kind of like you gotta be safe. All these different things happening. Shirt sleeve weather here in southern Oklahoma. Oh, short sleeve weather. Oh, today was actually short sleeve. In fact, I went to the store earlier. Some people had shorts on because we were mid 50s, so it did work out. Beerman said, "Dang, whiskey throttle, yeah, with that cold. Cold stops bugs and viruses. That's why we refrigerate and freeze our food." I don't know. Nah, with the cold, yeah, but when it shifted from cold to warm, that's when people catch stuff from people too. From what medical stuff you read and everything. A lot of times with the fluctuation of weather it can affect things. I thought so. There's a lot of people that are catching stuff, and it is cold in a lot of spots. So we don't always know as much as we think we know for sure. But people are definitely getting sick out there. And I myself am not trying to be one of them at all. But with that being said, I just thought I'd get on here, share just a little bit of a review. I was going to shoot some more videos and just upload those up onto the channel earlier today, but I was getting other stuff done, so I did not get a chance to do that. To drink some of the other beers I have. I am going to start doing that again, so I can just put some quick videos up on those as well. But I like to come in with a daily review if I am drinking a beer that day to share with you guys. And today, thanks to the people that requested it and talked about it, we're looking at this one here. So if there's just keep drinking beer, LOL. So if there's other beers that you guys are thinking of, you want me to try, then always let me know. From living in houses with central air incubates the bugs. Yeah. True. That does keep them going. That's why a lot of bugs are trying to get into the house, I'm sure. As far as bugs, but as far as virus bugs, yeah. It's recirculating. That's why people are like worried about the boats they're on right now with the coronavirus, of all the recirculation taking place. Coat weather in Mass, 33 degrees. What's going on, Ron? Cheers, my friend. Yeah, you're 33. Throttle is -5. So to throttle, you're having a warm day, I'm sure. If you don't drink cheap beer, you will not get sick. Well, that's something I don't usually do either, and I haven't gotten sick. So stay away from the cheap beer, and you might be okay. Cheap beer, was it? No cheap beer a day keeps the doctor away or something. If you don't want to see, and then Beerman says hey to Ron as well. And then Narragansett, it's big in New England. Narragansett actually isn't a bad lager. I've had that on tap before as far as like a kind of an American lager. They actually do okay with that beer. So I've actually enjoyed it a few times when I've been at bars and stuff. It's an Imperial Stout weather for you, man. Damn, yeah. Imperial Stout, barrel beer, something with it being that cold. Actually, for Throttle, it's a whiskey weather for him. But Ron or Beer Man, are you guys drinking any beer tonight? Or Throttle, are you drinking any whiskey or beer? Or just kind of hanging out? I may have to grab another one of these. That's how good this one is. I got a 4-pack, so I was going to drink just one, but like a Lay's chip, I might not be able to do just one. I may have to do another. Yeah, whiskey for sure. Ancient Indo-Europeans had a winter ritual About midwinter, they put all of the fires in their homes and perform their ritual, then restart fires, i.e., the cold killed the bugs in their homes. So, nice. Nave is so knowledgeable and stuff. He should be like the knowledge one. Just some IPAs, lol. The usual. Yeah, this is the only, I think, IPA I actually have in the house right now is the one I just picked up for this one here. Everything else I got, stouts, porters. Um, I might have a couple Schwartz beers down there. I've got, I know I got some mead down there. I got some barley wines. But yeah, I don't think I have any other India Pale Ales. I don't have any wheat beers at this point. Ooh, Boulevard Whiskey Barrel Stout. I have one of those. I haven't done a review on it yet, but I have one of those to actually do too. Funny thing, I went to the store and I bought another Boulevard beer, not realizing I already had it here, and so I got two of them now. I didn't want to get two of them, but I got two of them. That's what happens. You don't keep track of all your beer stuff. Yeah, beer is a wild Nave. Yeah, Nave's always got a lot of knowledge. I'm off to eat some po' boy sandwiches and drink a pint or two of a chili beer made locally from Alley Cap Brewing. Oh, that sounds interesting. Have to let me know how that chili beer is. And I do like a good po' boy. But do you guys put the R on your thing there in Canada? Because like you go to New Orleans, it's just P.O. Either way, they're good sandwiches. Boulevard's beer is amazing. That beer you'll have is awesome, Ron. Yeah, Boulevard does some great jobs with their beer. The one I tried to get, but it was already too late because Joe from the Beer Patrol had mentioned it. It was the anniversary ale, but they got it a couple months ago and they sold right through it. They said when they got it, but I did pick up a few other Boulevard ones that I found that I'm looking forward to trying as well. Obviously, there's some of the bigger beers, so I can let them sit for a bit while I drink the other ones that need to go. And yes, Boulevard, good stuff, Ron said. And I've got some, I do have some other lagers in there as well. I'm looking forward to trying. Of course, a couple beers from overseas. When I picked up a 6-pack that was kind of an international 6-pack. So I did the one last night with the Polish beer, which was really good. I have another one of that one, but it's their raspberry porter. I'm looking forward to trying that as well. Definitely wanting to get more of the international type stuff just to see how some of these other beers are being done overseas. Does sound great, Throttle, for sure. Shook up in the house. What is going on? And cheers, my friend. How's that head doing, girl? Remember, nice rod. And look up Daddy-O's on Instagram. All right. I'll take a look at that. And that's where you're heading to now, I take it then. Let me see here. Now there's a Daddy-O's, but it says the Daddy-O. I don't think that's the Daddy-O's you're going to. I think there's more than one Daddy-O's there. Let me see. Wow, if it's this place that has this sandwich here, I think this is where Throttle was actually going, is this place where it has that sandwich, which looks really good. That's like a po' boy there too. So, Daddy-O's restaurant. That looks like some good eating. Canadian Cajun Diner and Bar. Edmonton. Yeah, I think that was the same place I just saw there. Yeah, ooh. Man, they got some good looking food there. They got a chili and bacon cheddar biscuit. Cheddar and chicken. I'm sorry. I got so happy I got confused. Chili and bacon cheddar biscuit. No chicken. Chili and bacon. So this is where Throttle's going. Here's like one of their other sandwiches there. That comes in. That's one of the sandwiches that where he's going to. It's incredible looking. That doesn't make you hungry. That's like me watching Dinner, Driving, and Dives at night. That's why I get hungry when I watch that show. It's crazy. Speaking of crazy, they just put a new Dunkin' Donuts by our house. I was actually going to stop in earlier to get some stuff there. Um, so I was talking to the wife with the new one coming, and the line was out the door. It was like it was a beer release party. Everybody was waiting for the Dunkin' Donuts, apparently. So I'll have to go tomorrow when everybody's back at work, and I'll go at lunchtime or something to grab some stuff. Yeah, raspberry porter, right? Snap. Chili beer is a slow burn going down the throat, but it's great, crisp, clean beer. Nice. Yeah, well, it's tough up there. I mean, you guys have a lot of comfort places, Throttle, so I can see where you have to carry some girth in the winter with the weather you guys get. Beerman said hello to Shook Up. John Taylor says cheers, lads. And hello to host and chat from Shook Up as well. Oh my god, that sounds good. Chili and bacon, yum. I'm so hungry right now. I need pizza. Right, Bearman? Oh no, Dunkin' Donuts. Oh god, I love donuts. You probably get the munchies once in a while for donuts. I'm just saying. You probably do get the munchies, Bearman. Now, as far as like donut chains go, Dunkin' Donuts, I prefer the Krispy Kreme anytime. What's going on, Dee Dee? Cheers, my friend. He says cheers, everyone. So Dee Dee's in the house. Just got done talking earlier about the hop JuJu, which is from Fatheads here in Ohio. Imperial India Pale Ale. And this one comes in at 9% ABV and 100 IBU. Very smooth, malty, bitter beer that definitely goes down easy. I'm going to open a Drunken Donuts beer and donut holes. There you go. That's like opening the McDowell's versus McDonald's, like in what you call an Eddie Murphy movie, Coming to America. I do munchies all the time. I wonder why, beer man. Yeah, he says hi to Dee Dee as well, and love that can art. Yeah, they do. It's a pretty cool can art. That is actually their logo with the double chin guy there, and you see him on all their stuff. But they've got a great portfolio of beers that I'm always enjoying when I get a chance. It's just again, with so many beers, it's hard to get everything into your channel. And Beerman, you know this as well. There's so many beers out there that it's kind of like you could have beers all around your block, but you might not get to them for like a year just because there's so many other beers that are popping up and whatever you get your hands on. So, but yeah, I'm glad I picked it up. I'm glad it was suggested. Definitely worth a try and definitely a decent beer. Okay, I'm starving. I thought you were. I thought you left already. Oh, you're not starving, but you will. You'll work up an appetite by the time you get there. Enjoy, Throttle. Blinking lights for free Krispy Kreme donut. Yeah, well, I know the red light is when they come out of the oven, right? When they're hot and people go crazy. But the blinking light, I never heard the blinking light. Yeah, no joke, right? Figures. Every time I get in the chat, everyone in the house wants my attention. That's how it works. But no, that's all good. But for anybody that wants to go back and see the beer I actually talked about, you can go back to like the first 10 minutes and see that one. Definitely worth giving a try. I've got the beer festival upcoming in 2 weeks here. So that'll be on the 7th of March. That's Saturday. Fatheads will probably be here as well, so I'll be trying some of their beers. But just went ahead and finally got the ticket today for that, and that's going to be awesome. Kentucky Brew Crew, I think I mentioned, is coming up. I told us on a couple other broadcasts. Todd and Shannon will be up for that one as well. Eric's coming down, so that'll be a blast. And then I pretty much worked out where I think I will now be at Fresh Fest on August 8th in Pittsburgh for that beer festival. I'm going to look to actually drive into Pittsburgh from here, hit the festival, and then drive over to New Jersey the next day, which will be a Sunday, to be out there for a week, back in the old neighborhood and stuff to visit for my mom's 75th birthday and catch up with some people, and then I'll fly back from there. So that should be a fun week. already got some things on the agenda, so I'm gonna let some people know when I'm back up there. Spellbound Brewing will be one that I'll be in, and if I got it coordinated to make sure my buddy is actually there when I'm in town. If he is there, we'll definitely do a sit down and we'll do a video from that brewery there in New Jersey as well, so I can bring that to you. Hopefully, that'll be live when I bring it to you guys as well. And if you guys have questions to find out stuff that you may hear or find interesting, you can ask him stuff too. And then if I can catch up with some of the guys up there, PA Brew News, that would be cool because he's up in just really eastern PA, not too far from me, within probably a couple hours. Matt from Massives in North Jersey, so maybe I can catch up with him. And then might catch up some people up in the New York area if possible, because I do want to go up to Coney Island and do some other stuff up in that area as well. Some people down in DC possibly too. I mean, I'm still planning it all out, but definitely want to get a hold of people while I'm there. Nice ride, sounds great, fun times. Yeah, definitely. They have Fat Hands in Portland, but I think they closed. So they had like a brew house out there, probably, or a brew pub rather. When I was in Michigan, they had a light outside. I see it drop in on a free one. We seen our 6-year-old son in. We send our 6-year-old son in for a free one, and then hit the drive-thru. That's dirty. That's dirty. But use the kid when you can use them, right? Send the kid in to get one, and then you can hit the drive-thru for the other. That's funny. Oh, yeah. And that, Krispy Kremes are okay, but I grew up in the Northeast, and Dunkin' Donuts, that's me. It's kind of like in the blood. It's Dunkin' Donuts is what I prefer. Yeah, brew pub, not bad beer. No, the beer is usually pretty good from them. It's some different ones. The one that I did last time from them on the channel was the Sorcerer. That was the first time I had that one. And that one was really decent as well. A nice, good brew. But yeah, you can find some decent beers that they're actually putting out, and this one is right there as well. So glad to definitely check this one out here. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this baby down. Go do a few other things before I got to hit the bed before getting back up and back on the grind and work tomorrow. But thanks for everybody that definitely jumped on. I'm going to be, again, Thursday. I'm going to be doing another beer run. That'll be another probably unboxing video or something if I find some stuff up in the Columbus area. I'm thinking if I have time up there, I might try to do an on-the-spot type video when I'm going through the store there in Columbus as well, kind of talking about some of the beers. I think that'd be kind of a cool thing. So if I do that, that'll be actually during the daytime for a daytime episode. But if you guys happen to see that, then that'll be a chance to see some of those. That's the only way I can get a raw special. DD said, "Oh, send the kid in for the donut." You just got a special. Yeah, one out of the cart for $1.10. He said so. Oh, yeah, thank you, Nave. Thanks for always popping in. Beerman, cheers to you as well. Great chilling with your chat. And cheers. Yeah, cheers back to you. And great time. And if you guys haven't checked out Beerman, check out Beerman as well. He has some fun chats over there. I was watching actually last night for a bit, but I was laying in bed, so I was kind of just watching, didn't really say anything and stuff. But it was great. Thanks for having me on. A few days ago, I was over on Beerman's chat. We had a blast over there too. And I saw last night you were doing a beer trivia, which was a pretty good idea. And look, I was actually gaming at the same time with the eclectic beer, so I didn't have a chance to really respond to anything. But it looked like a fun time and a great idea to have that on your channel. So awesome there. And then outside of that, let's go to wrap this baby up. Dee Dee and Nave said hello to each other as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get this shut down. If you haven't seen the Eclectic Beard, Alan was actually gaming over on the Eclectic Beard Gaming channel. So that's where he was actually at right now. I'm going to probably join him for a bit there. I'm going to probably set up on my gaming channel. But for all y'all that know Alan, you can also check him out there or check out the gaming channel on mine, whatever. We'll probably chat and just do some stuff there for a little bit. And then I will look forward to catching up with you guys tomorrow. Any suggestions for a beer you would like to see tomorrow, feel free to leave a comment. If I have it on hand, I can definitely check it out. That's the one thing. If you're connected with me on Untapped, and it's Rajay BeerVentures on Untapped, you can actually see all the beers I have on my list. So if you go to me and look at the list, you can see the beers I have in the cellar. And if there's ever a beer on that list you're kind of interested in wanting to see me review or take a look at, let me know. Just leave a comment and I will pull it out and take a look at that one and see what that one actually tastes like for you guys. Or if there's other ones you're checking out and you're curious, or you have ones you've actually had and kind of curious what I thought of it, always feel free to leave a comment to let me know. That's the way I ended up doing Hop JuJu because it was asked about it. Paul gave me one yesterday from one out of Chicago. I'm going to check into that one as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some of these other beers. Beerman says Wee Heavy. So I just did a Wee Heavy a little bit ago, I think. I'll have to see if I have any more of those actually here as well. But I do like a good Scotch beer. So that is a possibility for me to go ahead and pull that. I actually had one that was a limited release, I think, from Heavy Seas beer when I was picking up the other ones, and I put it back, and I think that was a Wee Heavy. So those are always good, especially at this time of year as well. Yeah. Yeah, just sub to Beerman. So Beerman's got a lot of good stuff happening. Ron Sutton's in the house. Are you asking me to do a? You know what? I don't think I've ever done a Hams beer. I've had Hams beer, but I've never done a Hams beer review. So if I can find a Hams, I can definitely do a Hams beer review. I want to see if I can find an individual rather than buying a 30-pack or whatever, because I won't drink them all. But if I can find an individual Hams, yeah, I'll definitely check out the Hams Ale on the channel because I haven't done it on that one before. So, see, that's an easy one to try to look to see if I can find there for sure. Which I'm pretty sure you can find those in like some of the tall boy cans or something at some of our spots around here. And the beer man said a Wee Heavy. You'll have to see if I have any Wee Heavies. If I have any Wee Heavies here, then I can easily pull that for you, beer man. So I'll see what I may have in the basement cellars, so to speak. A lot of old timers drank Hams and Paps when I was a kid back in the day. Yeah, that was that one back in the day. Paps, Hams, Miller High Life. All of those were old school back in the day type things. Stroh's. The first beer I actually took a sip off was the Miller High Life when my grandparents used to have the old 8-ounce bottles, you know, and they'd say, go get me a beer from the fridge or whatever, and you get it and you open the bottle, you take a little sip. That was the fee for me to bring you the beer. I got a little sip off of what you're going to be drinking, so. But yeah, that was, those were back in the day. 16-ounce for $8.89. That's almost close to Natter Day prices right there. I think Natter Day you can get like 16 ounces for $3 something. Yeah. So you funny, like you mentioned, Nave, the old timer. I see like old timer series and do old beers or something. Stroh's was actually pretty good. Yeah, Stroh's was decent back then. I thought Stroh's was still getting put out in some spots. You can still get Red Dog in some spots as well. So some of these beers have just shrunk so much they're only in certain areas, but they're still out there. Nothing wrong with Miller High Life. No, not at all. In fact, I had a Miller High Life last year at one of the spots because I had all the beers they had on tap, and they had a special where it was like $1.50 or $1.99, 32-ounce Miller High Life or whatever. So I got the Miller High Life, you know. I will try various beers and go back and revisit other ones. And on the channel last year, I think it was last year, I did the champagne bottle Miller High Life from just the old nostalgia of it, and they brought it back out in the champagne bottles, and that was a fun review to do as well. Slits is old school too. Don't remember Rheingold, but Slits for sure. Miller was a light beer, so to speak, decent for small gatherings and parties. Yeah, and that's like my grandparents. They used to have like card parties and stuff as a kid, so they kept a lot of the Miller High Life on hand, and people could actually have that. They had a liquor bar there too, but you don't want people getting too rowdy, right? But so you give them they usually have like the High Life around and stuff. Just to enjoy a little bit of the beer, so to speak. But good stuff, good stuff. I'm gonna go get me another Hop JuJu, I think, and then kick back and chill. But we're going to wrap this baby up. Thanks to everybody that partook tonight. Definitely appreciate talking to all you guys, and look forward to catching up with you next week. I started a little bit later tonight. Usually, I'm going to try to come on at about 8:30 Eastern if possible. Tonight I had to run around and do some other stuff here, getting stuff done, so I started about 9:15, I think. But if you guys want to catch up with me, you can start like 8:30, except for Thursday nights where we do the beer flow show. We do that at 9:15 every Thursday. But I think 8:30 is when I'm going to actually look for the time zone and do live streams on like kind of like a daily beer that I'm actually checking out or something like that. Or if something pops up like a news story or something like a chat, we'll just have a chat or something too. It doesn't always have to be beer, but it is a beer channel, so I try to incorporate beer, of course. Little Kings, Cincinnati beer. Well, Little Kings, we have that here. In fact, Moreline relaunched Little Kings. That's who's doing the Little Kings thing. So those are always easy to pick up along those lines. In fact, I 2, 3 years ago, one of the spots in Cincinnati asked me to stop over and check them out. They were a little like dive bar, and I went over there and had lunch, and I had a Little Kings to drink with the lunch. I was in there and I saw a Little King sign. I was like, I haven't had that in a long time, and that's what I had, and still a decent little beer there. Cheers and good night. Thanks, man. Yeah, awesome having you here, Beer Man. So you guys make it fun. Just kicking it, talking about some beers, sharing some thoughts on them, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying them. And I always love when our conversations end up getting to other things as well. So always a good time. Name says later, folks. Beer Man, cheers, chat, smash that like for Ron. Well, thank you, Beer Man. Appreciate that. Hey, it stopped last year. Old Brewery in Penn. Oh, you had to stop last year. Um, hmm. Haven't heard of that one either. I'll be passing through in a few months. Maybe I'll find it somewhere. That's the other thing. Making a beer run, I'll have to stop. Oh shoot! If I'm driving to Pittsburgh, I really can't make a beer run and not say anything back. I have to get it and ship it back. Well, actually, no. I take that back because now, since I found out from my last time flying to Dallas last year, you can carry beer on a plane if it's checked. Anything under 25% ABV is allowed to be brought back, so I can actually pick up stuff there. There's cases they actually make on Amazon that I saw, or they sell them through Amazon. You probably get them some other spots that are actually made to bring bottles and stuff back. So maybe make a little bit of a beer run and just bring it back. And by the time you pay for the extra bag fee, it's just like shipping it anyway. You don't have to wait for it. You bring it back with you, and you're good to go. The first run from Dallas worked out fine, so I'll probably do that again when I go up there in August. Founded in 1872. Well, that's old school there. Straub. Okay, Straub. So if it was founded in 1872, then it's probably a lager, right? Because a lot of older breweries, that's what they're mainly doing with like the lagers and stuff. Well, definitely, I'll keep an eye out for sure. I wouldn't mind stopping by Yingling when I'm going through Pennsylvania, just because they have other beers there at the brewery that you can't get in other spots sometimes, or in Pennsylvania, some of their other ones you can get there, you can't get anywhere else. So I do like Yingling. Yingling is a nice brewery for some of the stuff they're actually doing. But all right, everybody, happy Monday to you. Let's go ahead and wrap this baby up. Hopefully you guys had a great Monday, and if you were off, that's even better. Hopefully you guys have a great Tuesday tomorrow, and then I will look forward to catching up with you guys at that point. And I'm going to see if I can find a wee heavy for my man Beer Man. If so, I'll probably do the wee heavy tomorrow. I got to see if I have any on hand now. And then I'll take a look at that hams to possibly get something here for you as well, Ron. And I'll probably look to do it. Well, if I can get it done this week, I'll probably do it by the weekend. If I can find a place that has, I got a couple spots I think where they have it at. So see if I can get that. And any other beers you guys think of, always feel free to leave me a comment to let me know. That being said, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. I look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers, and remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.